Well, good Saturday morning to you, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Wanted to bring you just a quicker video today on the what's going on right now, and then sort of go from there. We do have some snow and some rain moving through the area now. The back side of that is pretty much through most of the area. If I just put on reflectivity here, you can kind of see most of that is already in the clear here. That's going to continue to work its way off to the east and then move on. There is some rain mixed with some snow here. I don't have the winter collar palette on here with this, but in general, if we go to the correlation coefficient, you can see possibly, just possibly, if I get my drawing tool here, you can see possibly there's some snow still mixing in here on the very back edge of that. Where you see this over in here, you're not really getting a full snow. This is the correlation coefficient is just a way that we can determine precipitation type. And you see this all kinds of noisy signal in here, and that usually means rain mixing with something there. So, but where it's all purple here, you've got probably just some big snowflakes falling down. And that's moving off, and that'll be out of here very quickly today. Again, as I just switch it back to reflectivity here, you can see most of that just about gone. Now let's take a look at future radar, and you can get an idea of that. Here's how it does, and this is, this was from a little earlier today, and this is what it's going to be like about noon, 1 o'clock today. You can see most of that gone. Then we get a dry period coming in this afternoon, and then tonight and into tomorrow. That's when things get a little bit rough over towards Illinois. Early in the overnight hours, you got the first leading wave of that snow moving in here. By about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, you've got snow breaking out across the north. That's not going to affect us here in southern Indiana. It's this band right here that's going to rotate around in that's going to affect us. So I think church services just fine for tomorrow morning, and will be cold enough for it to snow. No doubt about that, and there will be cold enough for it to stick as well for most of the state. By the time you get to about 10 or so in the morning, here you go, and then here we are about noon Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Snow knocking on our door here at the Wabash River, and then over the course of the next 3 hours, that snow starts to overtake the area. Again, we're not looking at just snow, a massive swath of snow, but it's going to be some scattered snow showers as it comes through here, and so there's a good chance, I'd say about a 60% chance of snow showers. Now, the high-res data as it gets closer is sort of increasing that trend a little bit. And then you get some lingering winds still here by about 6 or 7 o'clock at night, but it's all gone. So it's mainly going to be an afternoon event for it. Temperatures, as you wake up on Sunday morning, you're near freezing everywhere except just maybe the southwest corner of the state, slightly above freezing there. As the snow works through, here's noon Central Time, 1 Eastern Time, and again, you got 32, 33 degrees as far north here as Indianapolis, 34 in Evansville, 35 there in Owensboro. So, anything that would fall here would melt right away, but the temperatures will drop pretty fast once the snow starts to fall. And if you look at temperatures from 1 Eastern there until 3 hours later, and then beyond that, you see temperatures crash pretty hard that afternoon, so that by the time the snow is moving in here, you're falling to near freezing and then just below freezing as the thing is working out. So for the northern portions of the state, you're going to stay pretty much below freezing through the duration of the event, and so that's why you may be able to get a little more snow with this than what others are seeing. Here's what the GFS says, and again, there's that rain and snow pulling away today, not really putting down more than just a light covering for a few lucky ones out there today, but there comes the snow swath tomorrow, and then between 1 and 6 o'clock there, you see it overtakes the area. The GFS is a little slower to pull it out. It pulls it out late evening rather than around dark. It pulls it out a little bit more into the evening hours. Regardless, either way there, we're going to have some snow showers sticking during the afternoons. The Canadian has a very similar idea to it as well. So well supported in the data now that you can expect some snow showers. How much can you expect? Well, the high-res NAM that I showed you the future radar of a bit ago here, going a little bit juicy up to our north especially, but it's actually brought some 1-inch plus totals a little bit further south than it has in previous runs. And if you look at the GFS model here, it's doing sort of the same thing as well. And so my forecast here, I'm going to go ahead and leave it the same. This is what I issued yesterday. I think mostly basically from, Bloomington and on southward here, basically a light coating up to 1 inch of snow. And I think there could be some interesting snow bursts there where some of you could get get an inch of snow out of this. Many of us just going to get dusting or just a light coating, 2, 3, 4/10 of an inch, something like that. Not going to be a huge event, but you know, on untreated roadways, this could certainly make for some interesting travel tomorrow afternoon as temperatures dip below freezing. So just keep that in mind. Rain changes to snow showers Saturday. I had it for the northern portion of the area. It actually came a lot further south than what the modeling had showed, so bonus little surprise festive snows for us there. But the main clipper system tomorrow is what brings us the snow showers area-wide. If you go a little bit north, that's where you get into the 1 to 2 inches. And honestly, up north of Indianapolis, I might be tempted to put 2 to 4 up there rather than 2 to 3. It's looking pretty good for some decent snows up there. Really quickly, this is not the only snow that we've got to deal with this week. Here's what the Canadians' idea of snowfall is for us, by the way. But let me go back to the Canadian model here and just show you that on Monday night into Tuesday, you've got this moving in. And by Tuesday afternoon, the Canadian has some snow showers for us around the area there too. So we'll have to watch that. Let's just look at temperatures at what they would be at during that time. And you can see much colder. You're talking highs in the, temperatures in the teens to near 20 there. So anything that falls with that would stick. And if I just sort of put that the 24-hour snow charts here into motion, you can see there you go. It's just a light dusting. It's not very much with it, but the idea is there, and it's going to be cold enough that anything that comes with that would certainly stick. Now, if we go back then to let me get this back to the frozen precipitation here. If I continue on with this, you'll see another little snowmaker that tries to work its way down in here for the weekend. And so some more light snow showers are possible with this. The GFS shows this idea as well. It doesn't really show much on Tuesday there, but remember the GFS was the last to catch on to the Sunday evening snow too, so that's not a surprise. As you go into the weekend, it's not very festive with the snow here. It sees it, but it's very disorganized. If you watched my Long Ranger last night, you know you've got a northern stream coming down and a southern stream, and, well, they're not phasing up. But I do think some light snow is possible a little bit later on in this week. And if you look at the Canadians' idea of the light snows for the weekend, then you're talking maybe an inch or two down in Kentucky, a little light coating up in here. That's going to change 100 times between now and then. But just know that besides the snow showers that we've got tomorrow, we've also got some snow showers Tuesday and some snow showers Thursday, Friday, Saturday, somewhere in that time range. We've got to work those details out. But plenty of snow chances coming up. As we get nearer to some of those, we'll be able to forecast them a little bit better. But right now, just a coating to 1 inch of snow coming for tomorrow for most of us here in southern Indiana. A little bit higher totals as you head north. Well, keep it tuned here to Southern Indiana weather for updates, folks. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day. Enjoy the snow tomorrow, and Merry Christmas.